Content of Curriculum Independent Research. This is an assignment and presentation by Leah Langell in the course CTL 1000 at OISE at the University of Toronto. This presentation will focus on the Ontario curriculum for the grades 9 and 10, focusing on the arts document. Arts Curriculum Document Overview. This document is the current grade 9 and 10 Ontario Arts Curriculum. It began being used in September 2010 and includes curriculum for the following courses. It includes grade 9 and 10 dance, drama, integrated arts, media arts, music, visual arts curriculum. So reasons for change. 21st century arts curriculum. So the updated Ontario curriculum, in combination with a broader range of learning options outside of the traditional classroom instruction, will enable students to better customize their high school education and improve their prospects for success in school and in life. So this curriculum changed from about 10 years prior. This document was created in 2010 and really focuses on giving students opportunities to explore their personal interests as well as develop skills that might be useful outside of school or later in life. So the curriculum aims and goals. So what does the curriculum do for students? This is the most important thing essentially. What will the students get out of it? Well, it will provide students with a variety of experiences in the arts that will help foster personal growth. So this may involve self-exploration activities, this may involve reflection activities, as well as many other activities that will really help foster personal growth in the students of tomorrow or today. It also focuses on engagement as it allows students to focus on their personal interests, and it really motivates students. So a lot of the curriculum really focuses on asking students to explore and motivates them to look for answers, look for other options, and to maybe even initiate change in some aspect. The curriculum also focuses on career development, which was one of the biggest changes from the past curriculum document. Curriculum objectives. So this chart came right out of the Ministry of Education's document. And these are the ideas and underlying themes of the arts curriculum. So the first one is developing creativity. So this is focusing on things like aesthetic awareness, the creative process, which we'll talk about later on in the presentation. Problem-solving skills are very important, and taking an innovative approach to a challenge. Communicating is also a very important aspect of the curriculum. The curriculum wants students to look at different forms to convey messages, thoughts, feelings, emotions through the arts. As well, the critical analysis process is very important, which we will also talk about later on in the presentation. And constructing and analyzing artworks with a focus on analyzing and communicating the meaning of the works, as well as using new media and technology to pursue and produce artworks that convey thoughts, feelings, and ideas about art. So there's a big focus on exploration. Two other aspects from the chart are understanding culture. So not only the traditions and innovations of North American culture, but cultures around the world, as well as historical groups, First Nations groups, many groups throughout society and the world around us, as well as making a commitment to equity and social justice and dealing with environmental issues. So we were really asking students to think not only on a local scale, but also on a global, national scale. And finally, the curriculum really focuses on making connections between the cognitive and affective domains, so learning how to express thoughts and feelings when creating and producing artworks, and creating and interpreting art through their own work and that of others, and performing independently and in groups. So we're looking at all different ways students can integrate their thoughts, their feelings, their actions when creating artworks. So teacher and educator use, focus courses. So this is something that's very different about the arts curriculum when you compare it to other curriculum documents that the Ministry of Education in Ontario offers. So focus courses are courses which fulfill the expectations of the related course in the document, but uses different course codes and allows schools to develop courses that focus on particular aspects or areas of the subject. So I've copy and pasted this little diagram here, the bullet points, that show you the different courses that one could interpret and develop out of the traditional curriculum that's provided in the document. So for the first one, for example, if one looks at the dance curriculum for grade 9, they could then go further and they could develop separate courses for their school or community in ballet, modern dance, African dance, jazz dance, and dance composition, for example. There are many options, and all of the course codes are provided in the document. However, each of these more specialized programs would simply follow the overall and specific expectations of the curriculum of the main subject, which would be dance, drama, music, etc. So student-focused curriculum. Okay, the curriculum document focuses on 3 strands for each course, which include creating and presenting, reflecting and responding and analyzing, and foundations, which focuses on really course-specific foundational elements of the art medium. Student-centered learning. These strands outline and help organize the overall and specific expectations for each course. The language used focuses on what students will be doing during the course rather than what the teacher will be teaching. So much of the arts courses focus on actually physically doing something, making something, acting. They're very focused on getting the students up, moving, thinking, doing things with their hands. It's very student-centered. So one of the underlying themes throughout the document is the use of the creative process. This is very important. And in the document, they've actually provided you with this kind of wheel that focuses on challenging and inspiring, imagining and generating, planning and focusing, exploring and experimenting, producing, preliminary work, revising and refining, presenting and performing, reflecting and evaluating. But the important thing is it's always coming back and forth between peers, teacher, and reflection. So the feedback aspect in the center is a very important and strategic element of the creative process. The creative process in the arts is intended to be followed in a flexible, fluid, and cyclical manner. So this is very important, and this is used throughout all of the arts disciplines outlined within the curriculum document. The critical analysis process is also very important when examining the arts curriculum in Ontario. One of the most important aspects of the Arts 2010 curriculum is the emphasis placed on student reflection. So this was again one of the new important changes that happened with this new document. So it focuses on initial reaction, analysis and interpretation, consideration of cultural context, expression of aesthetic judgment, and again, in the center, we see ongoing reflection, which may have to do with personal reflection, or it could also do with little discussions within a class with the instructor, questioning ideas, questioning why things are happening, maybe in the world around us. Reflection is a very important aspect of the critical analysis process. So teacher-educator resources. Included in the document are specific activity examples. So this is an example of one of the specific expectations from the document. So the first part where it says A2.2, it demonstrates the specific expectation, and then it gives you an example. And the example, which is written in italics, is actually a specific example of what you could do in your class. So if you're really unsure of what that specific expectation is looking for, they actually provide you with an assignment example of what you could be doing with your class. As well, the document for every specific expectation provides you with teacher prompts, which I really like. They're things that you can ask your class, ask specific students to maybe help generate discussions, could be used in a class critique or evaluation, but they're really helpful questions to get students thinking more critically. Also included in the document are assessment and evaluation guidelines, criteria, and achievement charts, and program planning considerations. So within the curriculum document, they also provide you with accommodations, modifications, language learners. So if you have a student who's ELL, how to accommodate them in the arts curriculum, and ways to better support these learners in your classroom. As well, the document examines environmental education. So how can environmental education be incorporated with the arts, because it's such an important theme, as well as healthy relationships and equity. So, educational philosophy. The curriculum document demonstrates the educational philosophy of pragmatism. As the document focuses on engaging students in problem solving and critical thinking. So these are two things I talked about previously, and these are important elements in the pragmatist educational philosophy. So problem solving, which is transferable to a wide variety of subjects and situations. In an art course, a student may learn one skill that they can use in a multitude of classes, whether it be analyzing a visual work or whether it be communication skills in a drama class. Problem solving is transferable from arts courses to many other courses and to life and future careers. Critical thinking. Teaching is more exploratory than explanatory. The method is more important than the subject matter. The ideal teaching method is concerned not so much with teaching the learner what to think as with teaching the learner to think critically. Questions such as why, how come, what if are much more important than what, who, or when. And we saw critical thinking previously with the circle design and the diagram provided in the document. This curriculum document specifically demonstrates the beliefs of Dewey that curriculum should be based on a child's experiences and interest and prepared the child for life's affairs. So we saw that with the focus on career development and critical thinking, as well as the aspects of curriculum that really allow students to bring their interests into their courses. The subject matter was interdisciplinary, which we see across all of the arts curriculum. They can be integrated, they can be used across disciplines. It's very exciting and it's very adaptable, which is really important for students of today. As well, it has to emphasize problem solving, Dewey said, which the arts curriculum really focuses on. Educational philosophy choices. So one of the most interesting and dynamic aspects of the arts curriculum in Ontario is the wide variety of choices both educators and students have when planning learning activities. The document provides guidelines and examples, but does not restrict the teacher or learners. So while the document provides the overall and specific expectations, there's a huge range of possibilities for the teacher and students to help further develop their skills in a manner that they find engaging. So there's lots of room for personalization and for making the curriculum work along with your students and for your students. So really helping them foster and learn and grow personally. This promotion of choice and providing students with a wide variety of options and space for personal creativity and exploration demonstrates elements of an existentialist educational philosophy. So because the document provides so many choices, not only do we see the pragmatist philosophy, but we also see the existentialist philosophy present in the Ontario grade 9 and 10 arts curriculum document. And the two resources that were used in creating this presentation were the Arts Curriculum Document by the Ministry of Ontario and the CTL 1000 course textbook, which is Curriculum Foundations, Principles and Issues 6th edition by Orston and Hunkins. Thank you very much for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like any additional information, please feel free to go to the Arts Curriculum document, which can be found online.